already. So he's off the Mufasa. He off the. I can't use him for the fantasy no more because my friend is off. So it's done. I gotta find somebody else. Gotta go back to Lenny Kravitz. Looks like there's a new couple in Hollywood. Aaron Pierre, Teyana. Aaron Pierre, that's Teyana.
The internet never sleeps. And when it comes to celebrities, one small leak can turn into a global conversation overnight. That's exactly what happened when alleged private messages from Teyana Taylor surfaced online. Screenshots of DMs that no one was supposed to see, now being dissected by fans across the world. Messages that, if real, show Teyana in one of her most vulnerable moments, reaching out to Aaron Pierre, the man who once held her heart. It's the kind of scandal that spreads fast. At first, it was just whispers. A few blurry screenshots being passed around in group chats, captions filled with side-eye emojis. But within hours, it was everywhere. Twitter threads, TikTok breakdowns, Instagram fan pages zooming in on every word, every emoji, every detail. And the story being told was a shocking one, that Teyana Taylor, the woman known for her strength, confidence, and independence, had been privately begging Aaron Pierre to take her back. For a lot of people, that headline alone was enough to stop them in their tracks. Because no one expected it. No one thought Teyana, who always came across as unshakable, would be the one reaching out like that. But if the leaked messages are to be believed, she wasn't just reaching out. She was pleading. She was confessing regret. And she was laying bare emotions that the public never knew existed. But before we get into the leaked messages themselves, it's important to understand the story that came before. Because this wasn't just any couple. And this wasn't just any breakup. Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre's connection caught people off guard from the start. He wasn't the obvious choice. Their romance began with whispers and rumors, sightings here and there, chemistry on red carpets that seemed a little too strong to ignore. At first, fans weren't sure what to make of it. Teyana had just come out of a very public marriage with Iman Shumpert, a relationship that had already been messy in the spotlight. For her to move on so quickly, and with someone like Aaron, felt like a bold move. But in those early months, it worked. They looked happy. They looked carefree. People posted videos of them laughing together, holding hands, sneaking kisses in public. For a while, it seemed like Teyana had found peace after chaos, a fresh start after heartbreak. Still, it wasn't long before the cracks began to show. Their relationship was under pressure from the beginning. Public scrutiny, private challenges, the constant comparisons to her past with Iman. There were rumors of jealousy, of disagreements, of different priorities pulling them in different directions. And eventually things fell apart. The breakup wasn't clean. It wasn't quiet. And even though neither of them laid everything out publicly, the tension was obvious. Aaron moved on with his own projects and his own life, while Teyana tried to focus on her career and her children. But the shadows of their relationship lingered. You could see it in the way fans speculated whenever either of them posted something cryptic. You could hear it in the way their names kept surfacing together, even when they weren't speaking. So when those DMs allegedly leaked, it hit harder. Because it wasn't just a random celebrity scandal. It was a reminder of unfinished business, unresolved emotions, and a love story that clearly hadn't ended as neatly as people once thought. The screenshots started small. A message here, a message there. At first, no one was sure if they were real. They looked like they could be fabricated. But the more they spread, the more people began to believe. The language, the tone, even the timing, it all felt consistent with Teyana's voice. And what did they say? According to the leaked images, the messages painted a picture of someone deeply conflicted. They showed Teyana reaching out to Aaron late at night, admitting that she missed him, that she regretted the way things ended, and that she still thought about him constantly. One message allegedly said something along the lines of, "I know I messed up, but I can't stop thinking about what we had." Another seemed to suggest she was willing to make changes, telling him that she would do whatever it takes if it meant they could find their way back to each other. For fans who had always seen her as strong and unbothered, it was shocking. Because these weren't the words of someone in control. These were the words of someone vulnerable, someone willing to put pride aside for love. And the internet had a field day. Within hours, TikTok was filled with videos breaking down the screenshots frame by frame. Some users compared the typing style to Teyana's past tweets and Instagram captions, claiming it was undeniably hers. Others insisted it was all fake, a cruel setup designed to embarrass her. Twitter was even more brutal. Memes flooded the timeline, poking fun at the idea of a celebrity begging an ex to take them back. At the same time, there were people defending her, pointing out that everyone makes mistakes, everyone has weak moments, and no one should be judged for wanting love. Hashtags like #TeyanaNaron, #LeakedDMs, and #BeggingForLove started trending, with fans taking sides and arguing over whether the messages were authentic. But the real twist came when people started speculating about Aaron's role. If these messages were real, who leaked them? Did Aaron do it himself? Did someone in his circle betray his trust? Or did the screenshots come from a completely different source? Aaron stayed quiet. No official statement, no denial, no confirmation. But fans noticed little things. He liked a cryptic tweet about second chances. He posted a photo with a caption that some people interpreted as a subtle dig. The silence became its own kind of statement, leaving everyone to fill in the blanks. And then there was Teyana's response. When she finally broke her silence, it wasn't with clarity. It was with confusion. She posted a cryptic Instagram story that read something along the lines of, "People will believe whatever makes them feel better." No direct mention of the DMs. No denial. No confirmation. Just a vague statement that left everyone even more divided. Blogs and gossip pages pounced on it. They dissected every word, every emoji, every punctuation mark. Was she admitting the DMs were real? Was she brushing them off as lies? Or was she playing a bigger game, refusing to let the internet control her narrative? As the debate raged on, the story grew bigger than just Teyana and Aaron. It became a conversation about privacy, about celebrity culture, and about the dangers of leaked private messages. In a world where screenshots can be edited and stories can be twisted, how do you know what's real? And more importantly, how do you protect yourself when your personal life is always under a microscope? Other celebrities began weighing in, some directly, some indirectly. A few posted quotes about not begging for love. Others defended Teyana, reminding fans that everyone has private moments they wouldn't want exposed. Even Iman's name began trending again, with people dragging him into the mess even though he wasn't directly involved. Fans speculated about how all of this might affect Teyana's family, her kids, and her ability to co-parent peacefully. Through it all, one thing was clear. This wasn't going away anytime soon. The leaked DMs had opened a door, and now the public wanted answers. And so, we're left with questions. Were the DMs real? If they were, did Aaron leak them? Or did someone else? Was Teyana really begging for him to come back? Or was it all a cruel fabrication? At the end of the day, no one outside of them truly knows. But one thing is undeniable. This leak has changed the way people see Teyana Taylor. For some, it made her more human, more relatable, showing that even the strongest people have moments of weakness. For others, it tarnished her image, painting her as someone desperate for a love that had already slipped away. And maybe that's the biggest lesson of all. In today's hyper-connected world, where privacy is fragile and moments are captured, saved, and shared in the blink of an eye, the line between public and private life has all but disappeared. What once stayed between two people, intimate thoughts, emotional confessions, personal truths, can now be screenshotted, forwarded, and dissected by millions within minutes. And when private words become public, the truth rarely stays pure. It becomes twisted, misinterpreted, exaggerated. The narrative gets shaped not by facts, but by opinions, assumptions, and viral reactions. It's messy. It's painful. And perhaps most frightening of all, it's impossible to control. For someone like Teyana Taylor, this might just be the beginning of another media storm. A storm that brews quietly in the shadows of digital platforms, but erupts violently across timelines and comment sections. As soon as the internet gets a grip on your personal life, it stops being your own. It belongs to the crowd now. The fans, the critics, the trolls, and the anonymous voices all too eager to pass judgment. The DMs are out there. Screenshots have surfaced. Conversations that were never meant for the public eye are now on full display. And just like that, Teyana isn't just an artist or a celebrity. She becomes a trending topic, a headline, a subject of speculation. People aren't just watching, they're digging, reacting, and waiting for the next piece of the puzzle. Every silence becomes suspicious. Every post is overanalyzed. And as the world keeps watching, one thing becomes clear. Once the door to your private life is opened online, it never truly closes again.